Classic cars are more than just vehicles. They're pieces of history, craftsmanship, and art. When we think of classic cars, we often picture expensive vehicles that only the wealthy can afford. The Rolls-Royces, Ferraris, and Lamborghinis of the past come to mind, with their polished chrome and roaring engines. But the truth is, not all classic cars with an elegant design or timeless appeal carry sky-high price tags. In fact, some of the most beautiful and iconic classic cars look like they belong in the hands of a millionaire. But they're surprisingly affordable. The allure of these cars is undeniable. They evoke a sense of nostalgia, adventure, and style. Yet, contrary to popular belief, you don't have to break the bank to own one. Whether you're a car enthusiast or simply someone who appreciates the elegance of older vehicles, there are plenty of classic cars out there that look much more expensive than they really are. One of the key factors that make these cars affordable is the perception of rarity and demand. Many cars from the mid-20th century were once expensive, but as time passed, their value decreased. Some cars simply didn't hold up in terms of performance or reliability, which caused their prices to drop. Others, while stunning to look at, were produced in higher numbers than people realize. So while they may appear rare and exclusive, they're more accessible than you'd think. Another reason why these classic cars are still affordable is that some are just overlooked in comparison to more iconic models. For example, while many people focus on the more well-known muscle cars like the Ford Mustang or the Chevrolet Camaro, there are plenty of lesser-known gems that fly under the radar, offering the same stylish look at a fraction of the price. Let's jump right into some of the classic cars that have the looks of luxury, but the price tag of a budget-friendly option. These are cars that might turn heads, but you won't need to spend a fortune to own one. 1. 1980s. Cadillac El Dorado. The Cadillac El Dorado, especially from the 1980s, is a car that screams luxury. It's got that iconic, long, smooth design that oozes sophistication. In its heyday, the El Dorado was Cadillac's flagship model, with plush interiors, top-tier features, and a powerful V8 engine. Today you can find one for a surprisingly affordable price. While it's a classic symbol of American luxury, it doesn't carry the exorbitant price tag that other luxury cars do. 2. 1970s Mercury Cougar. The Mercury Cougar is often overshadowed by its more famous cousin, the Ford Mustang. But for those looking for a stylish muscle car with an upscale appearance, the Cougar is a great option. With its sleek design, strong performance, and powerful V8 engine, it offers all the muscle car excitement without the premium price of a Mustang. You can find a 1970s Cougar in great condition for a fraction of what you'd pay for a comparable Mustang. 3. 1980s BMW 6 Series. The BMW 6 Series from the 1980s is a true head-turner. With its elegant lines and distinct European design, it looks like a car meant for the elite. Back then, the 6 Series was considered a high-end coupe with impressive performance to match. Today, you can find these cars at very affordable prices, especially models that have been driven a lot or need a little work. For anyone wanting a classic European feel without the hefty price tag, the BMW 6 Series is a steal. 4. 1970s. Dodge Challenger. While the Dodge Challenger has become synonymous with American muscle in recent years, the classic 1970s models can still be found for relatively cheap prices, especially compared to the more famous muscle cars. The Challenger has a bold design and offers plenty of performance, yet because it's not as rare as some other muscle cars, it tends to fly under the radar. You can own this piece of muscle car history without breaking the bank. 5. 1960s. Buick Riviera. The Buick Riviera is a stunning example of American automotive design from the 1960s. With its smooth curved body and luxurious interior, it has a high-end look that is often associated with the likes of Rolls-Royce or Bentley. Yet, despite its beauty and high performance, it is still surprisingly affordable. For those who want an elegant yet powerful classic car, the Buick Riviera is a fantastic option that won't empty your wallet. 6. 1970s Chevrolet Monte Carlo. The Chevrolet Monte Carlo is often overlooked when people think about classic cars. But this car from the 1970s offers a beautiful design and an excellent driving experience. With its luxurious feel and smooth ride, it's a perfect example of a car that looks expensive without being priced as such. The Monte Carlo offers a sense of refined American luxury with a muscle car under the hood. 7. 1960s Ford Thunderbird. The 1960s Ford Thunderbird is one of the most recognizable American classic cars. Its sharp lines and luxurious details make it look like a high-end sports car, yet it can be found at reasonable prices. The Thunderbird's popularity has waned over the years, which means it's much cheaper than many would expect, especially compared to other classic cars from the same era. 8. 1960s Chrysler Newport. Chrysler's 1960s Newport is another overlooked gem that looks way more expensive than it really is. With its long, sweeping body and classic American luxury design, the Newport offers everything you want from a full-sized luxury sedan without the high price tag. This car represents the epitome of mid-century luxury and is an excellent option for those looking for style and comfort without paying a premium. 9. 1970s Pontiac Grand Prix. The Pontiac Grand Prix from the 1970s may not have the fame of some of its competitors, but its sleek design and solid performance make it a great option for anyone looking for a luxury car that doesn't carry a luxury price. With a wide range of engine options and a stylish interior, the Grand Prix is perfect for those who want to impress without spending too much. 10. 1970s Alfa Romeo GTV. The Alfa Romeo GTV from the 1970s is a true Italian classic. With its stunning design and European flair, it looks like a luxury sports car that should cost a fortune. But in reality, the GTV is relatively affordable. These cars are often overlooked in the classic car market, but they offer a driving experience and aesthetic that rivals much more expensive models. These are just a few examples of classic cars that look like they should cost a fortune, but are actually within reach for those looking to add a classic beauty to their collection. They offer style, performance, and history, all while keeping their prices surprisingly low. It might seem impossible that such stunning, iconic cars can be so cheap, but there's a reason behind it. Classic cars that look expensive, but are surprisingly affordable, tend to share a few common traits that influence their price. Understanding these factors will help you spot these underrated gems, and maybe even snag one for yourself. 1. Overproduction and high availability. One of the biggest reasons many classic cars are cheaper than they appear is the overproduction of certain models. Manufacturers like Cadillac, Chevrolet, and Chrysler produced large numbers of cars in their heyday, and as a result, many of these vehicles are more common today than people realize. While some classics are rare due to limited production runs, others were mass-produced and are more easily available on the market today. This oversupply often drives down prices, even if the car still looks impressive. For example, the Chevrolet Monte Carlo was produced in high numbers, especially in the 1970s. It was a popular model, meaning that there are still plenty of them around. Despite its stylish appearance and appeal, its abundance has kept its prices lower compared to rarer luxury models. 2. Lack of awareness or popularity. Many of the cars on our list were once luxury or high-performance models, but have since been forgotten or overshadowed by more famous counterparts. For instance, the Mercury Cougar was a stunning vehicle in the 1960s and 1970s, but it's often overshadowed by the Ford Mustang, its more well-known sibling. Because the Cougar didn't capture the same level of cultural significance, it's often overlooked by collectors, keeping prices low despite its excellent design and performance. Similarly, cars like the Buick Riviera were once considered the pinnacle of American automotive luxury, but they're not as sought after as other classic luxury vehicles, like those from Cadillac or Lincoln. The lack of awareness surrounding these models means that many collectors aren't aware of their true potential, which allows you to find them for a reasonable price.